Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Happy Monday. I hope it wasn't too hard of a Monday. Oh my gosh. I have a sticker. That's Henry's Tomorrow's Picture Day, don't forget sticker. So great, right? I didn't realize it was still on my shirt. Anyway, I wanted to come and do a live real quick. You guys should see my setup. Like, I'm in my room on my bed and I have a laundry basket holding the phone. So anyway, I'm setting up this live to do it real quick before I get some schoolwork done. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about jealousy. And if you are catching this live, go ahead and type live in the comments. And if you're catching this on replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments. Excuse me. I appreciate you watching. Hey, Drake Bird. Thanks for watching, bud. So I wanted to talk a little bit about jealousy because I have come to this revelation in my life, literally just the other day. And I don't know that I'm embarrassed by that, but I'm definitely, I don't even know the word. Like, I'm not ashamed, but I'm like, really? Has it taken me this long? So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight is jealousy. And the title of this is jealousy is when you count other or someone else's blessings instead of counting your own. And for a long time, that's what I did. Put a 1 in the comments if you feel the same way. If you've ever been jealous of someone or someone else's, anything. Like if you've gone through a jealous period in your life or maybe you struggle with it daily, go ahead and put a 1 in the comments because I'm going to talk about a couple different areas where I have found myself being jealous in different areas of my life. And, how I'm trying to change that. So the first area is like just growing up in general. I remember being so jealous of my siblings because Brittany and Caleb are straight A students. They always were. And Brittany worked her butt off for it. And Caleb, it just came naturally. I am not that way. I had to study all day and all night to get C's. So that was really frustrating for me and I was so jealous of them. It really, had me hung up on that for a long time. And I almost felt bad for myself about it. Put a 2 in the comments if that's ever been you. If you struggled in school or you just knew somebody who was always a little bit better academically than you, because that was me. I struggled with that for really, really long time. And it was my siblings, my older sister and my younger brother. I was super jealous of them. Another area of life that I found myself being jealous in was sports. I played soccer, field hockey, softball, I did some cheerleading, and I just remember I was always jealous, I can't hit the ball that far, or I can't do a double back tuck, silly things that I was so jealous of. And I would watch other people and I'd be like, oh geez, why are they so much better at that than me? When I was a very good player, I scored and my position in softball was catcher and I was a good catcher, but I still found myself being envious of other people's skills. So that was another area, sports. And then as I got a little bit older, I started to get jealous of relationships, people who had been in a relationship or who were getting married, because as you go through stages of your life, your friends start to get married. And, my first friend that got married was my sister, and that was a big deal for me. And I wasn't necessarily jealous of her because I was still a little bit too young to get married, but I do remember feeling jealous of other people's relationships and of other people's marriages. Why aren't I married yet? Why can't I find somebody to settle down with forever? And then once I got married, the jealousy continued because people around me started having children. And I was jealous of that. I want to have children. When am I going to have children? Put a 3 in the comments if you've been there. If you've been jealous of somebody else's relationship, or you've been jealous of, the people around you getting married or having children before you. That was me. So it's gone through stages of my life. After I got married, there was the whole where are we going to live situation. And we rented a really awful little trailer. It was awful. Every time it rained, we had to put 2 buckets out in the exact same spots of the house, but on different sides, where the roof pitched. Put a 4 in the comments if you've ever lived in a place like that. your first home maybe, or your husband and wife's first home was awful. Like I have nightmares, guys. We got fleas so bad. I had over 68 flea bites all over my body. And apparently I'm like allergic to them. I was scrubbing with a toothbrush and alcohol, like all over. That's how bad our first home was. So I was jealous of other people's homes. And, I always asked Henry, I'm like, when are we going to have a home like that? Like, I want this and I want that. And then it was like cars, like I bought my first car from my parents, and it was a red Ford Mustang, for all you Mustang lovers out there. And without mentioning names, that got totaled. It wasn't me. But then I bought my next car was a Jeep, and that was something that I bought all on my own. I paid it off, but I was still jealous of other people, like who had better cars than me, even people who had nicer Jeeps than me. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, you're so jealous of all these people. It even got down to like when Henry and I would, when we first got married, we talked about like other people's success and other people's financial situations. We didn't even know their financial situations, but we would see them driving a really nice vehicle, or we would see them, having such success in their occupation. And for all we know, they were maxing out credit cards to pay for this stuff. But in our mind, like, we were so jealous. Like, when is it going to be our turn? When are we going to find these great jobs? And when are we going to be financially successful? And I think jealousy is something that we all struggle with. I mean, put a 5 in the comments if you've been jealous of anything, like anytime in your relationship, in your life that you've been jealous. I think it's something that we all go through. And I think it's also natural. It's a natural thing to envy other people or to be jealous, but I don't think it's healthy. I think there's definitely a difference there. But even when I joined this hair business, like, I was jealous of people who had bad hair. Like, who wants bad hair? Me. I was so jealous because I felt like if I didn't have bad hair, I wouldn't be good at selling hair products. So, like, I use the hair products, but I didn't really have a personal story saying like, oh my gosh, I struggled with, psoriasis and it's cleared up, or I've struggled with dandruff and it's completely gone, or I've struggled with frizz. Like, I have really good hair. So I was jealous of other people's bad hair. I think we're on like, let's do this. Like, let's do the little emoji that's like this. If you've ever been jealous of somebody else's hair, because that was me. Whether it's good or bad hair, but I was jealous of bad hair, guys. I was jealous that, as I started this business, other people were getting more customers than me. And they were like, on the chats and in the messages, they were like, I got a new VIP, I got a new retail customer. And I'm like sitting here like, oh, I don't have anything. Like, I wish I was them. I wish I was getting those leads. And, multiple people had other people under them, people joining the company. And I was jealous of that. I was like, when, I want people to join under me. I'm so jealous. I wish I was them. And, so like the jealousy just kind of like manifests itself in different areas of my life. And, the longer I allow myself to like feed into it, the more down I become, and the more like I don't like myself. Like, who am I? Why am I, why am I jealous of these things? This is silly. So you guys are gonna think I'm totally crazy, but I did something this past weekend, and it kind of just like hit me. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I did, and you guys are gonna laugh at me. Okay, this is what I did. This is my diploma from Wilmington University when I graduated with my bachelor's, and I got this in 2012, and I literally just put it on a shelf in a box, and I never displayed it, and I never really wanted to. Like, I just didn't care. I hated school. Like, if you know me, comment how much I hated school. I think I woke up every single day and I told my parents I was sick, to the point where I may have been sick because I hated school. I didn't want to go. I didn't enjoy it. But my parents made it very clear that like college was a non-negotiable. Like, I was going to college because they knew that I could and that I could do it. And I was just like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not doing it. I ended up doing it, and I really took it for granted. But getting this framed, when I picked it up from the store, I was like a kid in a candy store. I was so elated because I really start to think about my accomplishments and like the things that I've done. And guys, it took me a really long time to get this. I mean, it took me the amount of time. It took me 4 years, like it's supposed to get my associates and then my bachelor's. But that was like a very stressful, trying time. I mean, I was working full time and I was going to school full time, and it took a lot of work, a lot of effort to get that. And I never really was appreciative of the fact that I worked so hard and got that. And all this other time, I was like jealous of all these other people, but I was doing it. You know, like I'm jealous of people's success and their, their jobs. And I got my bachelor's degree in teaching. So it kind of hit me when I got this framed that there's no need to be jealous, because our life goes in seasons and God has a time and a place for every part of our life. And this jealousy it's really counting someone else's blessings and, being oblivious to my own. And that was me. I am currently 3 classes away from earning my master's in special education with a certification in autism and in gifted and talented. So I'm coming away with essentially 3 degrees, and I'm starting to realize like those are my accomplishments. Those are things that I've done. And I'm so proud of myself over it. And I can't believe that I was so petty and so jealous of other people's grades and relationships and their houses and their cars and their hair, their bad hair, their customers. And I know that, once I start to really pay attention to my own life and the blessings that God has given me, the jealousy just kind of fades away. Because yes, I might not have been married at the time that all my friends were getting married, but in God's time, I got married and I've never been happier. And, I was jealous of other people's success in their finances, but now I'm in a place where our finances are good, and there's really no reason to be jealous, because it just wasn't my time. And that's kind of where I've realized I need to be, that jealousy is, oh, thanks. Hey, Jen, thanks for watching. I love you guys too. So that's kind of where I've realized, like, I don't need to be jealous of other people or what they have in their life, because mine's just as good. And even if it's not where I think it should be, life, it's where God wants me to be. So I am super proud of this, and there will be another one coming very, very soon, but it will not say bachelor's, it will say master's. And I'm done being jealous. I say that, and I'm sure that, tomorrow I'm going to struggle with it and be envious of something. But I really think that taking the time to think about, hey, Chelsea, thanks for watching. I think if I start to recognize the blessings in my life and focus on my accomplishments and my goals, that I'll stop being jealous of other people's, and it's just going to make me healthier and happier overall. So when other people in this business are, getting more customers, or other people in this business are having more people join under them, I'm not going to be jealous of that. I'm going to cheer them on and root them on, because that's what I want for my life. And then I know that when I'm being more successful, when I have more customers and when I have more people joining under me, that they're going to be there to do the same. And as long as I'm counting my blessings, I'll have a positive mindset, and that's where I'm going to grow, and that's where I'm going to change. So that's what I have for tonight. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you continue to watch. I love seeing your comments, and if you watch this on replay, go ahead and type replay in the comments for me. And just before you're jealous of somebody else's situation, or their relationships, their homes, their sports, their cars, their finances, their success, just think about what you have, and think about what God's blessed you with, and see what it does to your perspective. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.